Do you still believe that the punch my dad gave you in the face during our honeymoon was an accident?
Oh man,
Wait.
that's deep.
Wait. First of all, who goes on a honeymoon with their father-in-law, man?
Wait, but what kind of question is that? I thought it was like a
No,
guessing game.
that's
First
deep.
of all, hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Just Us Dads. Thank you for joining another Dadversation. If this is your first time here, this is the only podcast that cares about you, the dads, and your life at home, either with your kids, either with your spouse or your significant other. There is a group of people that care about you, that love you, and this is where it's at. Thank you for joining us. Today is a special day because up until a couple of minutes before we recorded, we all received text messages from someone's wife. Apparently, and I have a feeling it's probably my wife. But anyway, we all got a bunch of questions. I'm guessing that it's, well, my wife just told me before we went on air that they were thinking because it's the 10th episode and they were happy that we made it here. They thought, let's congratulate them by putting them through a little quiz. So that's what it is. We all got questions from someone else's wife that we're going to be asking. We have the answers. It seems cool. Before we get there, though, let me just remind everyone watching or listening, this podcast is available everywhere that you get your podcast, on every platform. Go check us out, like and subscribe. Of course, if you're more visual, you can catch us on Facebook and on YouTube, and also on Instagram. So head on over there, give us a follow, like, subscribe, comment, share it if you want with the folks that you think this could bring value to. We do appreciate it, and we look forward to these things, man, every week that we record. So yeah, we got this text message. I got the text message from your wife, George, and then my wife came and said, "Hey, by the way, blah blah blah. This is what we were thinking." And I'm like, "Okay, yeah, I wasn't aware that you've been keeping count."
I'm gonna have to check your phone, George.
My phone for what?
What else did she say?
Oh, your wife? No, that's it. She just says, "Hey, George, here you go, LOL," and I have the 5 questions.
Wife, I think I have more than that. Hold on.
Wait,
1,
you
2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I have 5. Sorry.
You got who, Chris?
I have your wife.
Oh, you have me. Okay, and George, you got Chris.
Chris's wife.
Oh
Yeah,
my
well,
God.
okay.
Woo, let's do it.
This is going to be George. Before you came on, we're debating with Chris on who's going to fail more miserably, me or him. I'm horrible at this stuff, man. I'm horrible.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying too, man.
I have a feeling that George is probably the best one.
Yeah,
He's like one of those guys that is. He looks tough and rough, but he's like the emotional little teddy bear that he cares for this sort of thing.
We will see.
He has a good memory. He has a very good memory.
It's all about memory.
He remembers things. I don't remember this stuff.
No, but I have a good memory too. I just not with stuff that happens with my wife. I don't know.
And you know what? It's a lot of pressure for me because I've known my wife the longest.
Which should justify you winning this.
Not really, because our relationship is not at that level. You know what I mean? We don't test each other with that anymore. We've been together for years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like you it's like you all don't care anymore about these things.
Well, we talk at a different level.
Yeah.
You know, but anyway, like yeah, I'm probably gonna fail this.
I'm convinced it's gonna be me. But anyway, okay. So how do we do this? Basically, we'll all take turns reading a question to the other person.
Yeah.
Like we start with one. Okay, so we'll do it that way. Okay, who wants to start? Let's do this.
Go. I'll start.
You start. Wait, again, you have me, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll
so
start with the first question.
Okay, so we're going clockwise here.
I thought this was an interesting question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't give me there's an answer. Don't give me the answer.
No, obviously you have to guess it. It's a guessing game.
Yeah.
All right. Do you still believe that the punch my dad? This is Joanna talking now. Okay, I'm not gonna. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you still believe that the punch my dad gave you in the face during our honeymoon was an accident?
Oh man,
Wait.
That's deep.
Wait. First of all, who goes on a honeymoon with their father-in-law, man?
Wait, but what kind of question is that? I thought it was like a
No,
guessing game.
That's
First
deep.
of, okay. First of all,
Tread lightly, George.
okay, look, it was an
Uh,
accident. I mess around with her a lot, and I'm like, your father beat the shit out of me at our honeymoon. This is what happened. We our honeymoon, we went to Colombia, and because we're going to Colombia, my in-laws came. We went for 2 weeks, so they stayed with us the first couple of days. We went around, we saw the family and everything, and then we had a little over a week. We went by ourselves to this other place, and her uncle, like her father's brother, lives in this city, and it's like a gated community, right? So they have all these condos or houses, whatever, and they have like a complex in the middle with all these, like a pool, squash, tennis, whatever, all these things. So we went to the pool, and obviously I had to teach them how to swim because I'm like pro here, I'm like an athlete. And so her dad is swimming, but the guy's not looking. So I'm just waiting on the side for him to come back, and I see swinging, guys. His hand just comes right in my face, pow, and it was hard. He obviously he couldn't gauge the distance. Like I was right at the edge, so technically you should be stopping there. So I don't know if he was swimming with his eyes closed. I'm not sure what he was doing, but I just got his hand right in my face, pow. Yeah, and I had a big lip for the rest of the honeymoon.
that was the warning, George. That was, look, you take care of my daughter or else.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like the Jamaicans do. They slap their kids just in case.
Just in case, even if they've done nothing wrong.
All right. So look,
All
the
right.
correct answer is this. My dad probably still feels bad about it. So it was just a little joke. It was a little funny.
Okay. All right. Question 1 for George. Where was our first kiss?
Oh man, that was at a club.
What was it called? Do you remember?
Club Blue.
Club Blue. That's it.
Club Blue. And I
You got
think Kulubis was there that night. No, you weren't. You weren't there.
I wasn't.
No,
I
you weren't.
thought you were gonna say Krinos.
In the warehouse, in the back,
No.
next to the Taramosalata.
Yay!
No,
George
no.
gets it, man. Awesome.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I remember that.
You going? And George, you get the point too because you remembered the
Yeah.
time.
It's not really.
How can you not remember a punch in the face?
Of course. On my
That
honeymoon.
was pretty. Yeah.
Go, baby. My turn.
Chris, you got an easy one, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Now you have to answer truthfully.
Okay.
How many kids do you have, and how old are they? All of them.
Come on, man.
All of them, not just the ones we know about. All of them.
What is that?
What are you?
Come on, Alex.
Oh man.
Doing it on purpose so you can win.
Gerasimo 10, Maria 3.
No, she's either giving you the win,
Yeah, of course. Or
or
she
she
wanted
has,
to test.
she has very little faith in you.
Yeah, no. There you go. She's making it easy for me. She's the one who embarrassed me and her. So I get the point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all good. We're all good.
I hope they're 10-3, but yeah.
No, they're 10-3, man. You don't have the answers?
She didn't give me that one. She gave me all the others.
All right.
Maybe she doesn't know.
George.
Yeah.
Sadrizos.
Yeah.
What does Emma put in the drawers of her dresser in her bedroom? The one with the oval mirror.
You're in trouble.
Okay, what does she put in there?
Oh, you already lost. Oh, dude.
I probably know.
Wait, Emma in her dresser.
In her drawers of her dresser in her bedroom. The oval with the
Yeah.
one with the oval mirror.
Yeah, I know which one she's talking about.
You know which one she's talking about. That's half a point.
I don't. Wait, oval mirror.
You know what? You that's it, man.
Is it an?
I'm sorry.
Is it an oval? Hold on, man. And she said,
George, give him more time.
No.
Can I guess?
Hold on. Wait, hold on.
Can the other George guess? Go ahead, just guess.
I'm gonna answer because I think she made a mistake, and it's not the dresser. Because I think the oval mirror is a desk, and those drawers she usually puts pencils,
No.
drawing pencils. Am I wrong?
No.
If there's a mirror, it's something that she dresses up with, so she
Wait.
can see herself in the mirror.
So you didn't get this one, George, but Panusa, go for it. Yeah,
No, I mean, I was gonna guess like costumes or something, or wigs or something like that. Something to look at in the mirror.
the answer is her hair accessories.
Something to look at in the mirror.
She has hair accessories. Okay. All right. George, number 2. What was the name of the restaurant where we went to celebrate my 26th birthday?
26th.
What a
Oh,
random.
man.
Why a random age like that?
That's a random. Yeah,
26.
She's making it tough, man.
You gotta think of the year, man.
26.
That's what,
I
like
think
last year?
I think I know this. I think I know this.
It was like 2 years ago.
Yeah, I wish for myself. Maison Grecque.
Maison Greg, yes, that's a good answer.
Oh wow, man, you're on a roll.
Man, that was
You know what the
15
thing is?
years ago, huh?
Bro, he knew it and he was acting. Oh, which one was it?
Yeah, I know that. I know this. Let me not give it away.
You know how many birthday restaurants we've had? That wasn't even a milestone one.
Go, George.
Okay, Christos. Name at least 3 of Maria's friends at daycare. I have all of them. You need to name 3.
She said to all of
Oh
them.
my God, 3.
Yeah. 3 of her friends.
Not the teacher.
I know Athanasia.
You got it.
Can that be all 3?
No.
Athanasia, Ingrid,
No.
Manoli,
Yeah.
Okay.
and one more.
Well, that's a fail. You answered 3. One is wrong.
Yeah.
We'll give you. No, we'll give you
Whoa.
one more guess.
I got 2/3, man. I got 2/3.
No, we're gonna give him a chance to answer a 3rd one.
You had to answer one, like a draw, like a.
That's true. That's true. Stuff she puts in a drawer.
No, just try to get as many as you can.
Okay, Athanasia, Manoli, and I just don't remember. Go for it, man.
Oh, you want me to tell you the names?
Yeah.
So there's Victoria, I guess.
Victoria. Yeah.
Leia, Stella, and Spiro.
Huh? I don't know this kid, George. Oh man,
She got you.
okay, she got me on that one. George,
Why should she hang out with boys, man?
no, but why 3, man? It should be 1.
Well,
No,
that's
I-
I got 2/3 and I failed. Anyway, whatever. I'm not gonna complain.
You got 2/3 of the point.
I got 2/3 of the point.
Yeah.
George,
go.
this is the question.
Yeah.
Let's see if you would survive without having me around. That's how she starts the question, my friend.
What, guys? These are weird, man. Okay.
What's the name of the miracle cream we use when the girls hurt themselves?
Oh, fuck. What the hell is it? Trauma care.
You got it, man. You got it, dude.
He was sweating a little there.
But you know what? It's called the trauma care. What?
I don't know what it's called. I know because I actually moved it today. That's why I remember it.
It's the trauma care gel.
Whatever. It's trauma.
All right.
Yeah.
Go for it. We'll give him the point, George.
Yeah, man. I got it. Come on.
Yeah. We'll give you the point.
Okay.
You got the point.
My phone locked. Okay. We're at number 3, right?
Yeah.
George, I read the questions before we went before we started recording, and I started laughing at this. So I'm sorry from now.
Is it like when was the first time we started farting around each other? Is that it?
I'm sorry I have to do this to you. This is probably something you didn't want the public to know. But
Oh my God.
what was the name of the song you used to sing to me?
Is it the Aerosmith song?
Yeah, which one?
Don't want to miss a thing.
Don't wanna miss.
You got it.
Yeah, I did.
George, you're awesome, man.
Don't wanna
Tell her.
I miss you, man. That's very
Pretty
cheap,
good.
though, man. It's nice. It's cute, bro.
It's a nice song. It's a nice song.
Yeah, it's cute. It's cute. You're so cute.
It was 2003.
Yeah. Well, look, he remembers all the dates he get.
That's when we started dating.
Who's next?
You.
Go.
Go, George.
Yeah, I think you're in trouble again.
Oh, man.
You might not be, because this is more a father department, but you might be in trouble. Because I'm thinking that when the reality of this time, the time like of when this was happening, you were probably very busy.
Okay.
What number was Gerasimo wearing in his first year of competitive soccer?
These are good questions, man.
7. Man, he wore so many, man. 4.
Dude, you're getting the most guests too, bro.
The kid has played on so many teams, man.
first year of competitive, so it must have been the first competitive team.
First year of competitive. So not okay. No, not how sweet. Okay, wait.
Rocket Richard, come on.
That says nothing.
He has no idea.
You just confused me more. Number 9. Yay!
After 3.
That was a -2. That was a -2. Because not only did you take 3 stabs at it, I was giving it to you. You couldn't catch it.
It's number 4 now. Okay,
go,
man. Woof. All right, George. I told you I'm not doing too well, man. And you got, I'm getting daddy questions. You guys are getting a little bit of both, huh? George is getting a lot of the husband questions.
Yeah.
You're getting all of the romantic stuff. George.
Yeah.
When I do my nails,
man.
what has been my favorite style throughout the years you've known me?
What the?
I'll even give you a clue. My mom does it often to the girls.
Oh, that's easy. Okay, that clue helped me. Yeah.
French manicure.
Yeah, it's the French manicure.
Okay.
But
do I get a point?
But
you get a point for that too.
Dude, honestly, if you hadn't said that her mom does that to the girls, I wouldn't have guessed that's her favorite. She barely ever does that, and it's okay. I think.
Well, it's her way. When she does it, that's what she does.
George Tupanuxi.
4. When Alex was a baby, what was the name of the show he watched all the time and drove us insane?
Caillou.
No. He was a baby?
It says when Alex was a baby.
Baby Einstein?
No.
Okay, then it was the Elmo show. Yeah,
it is the Elmo.
Okay, but they were both overplayed.
Look, just because
it's not fair because it drove her crazy. I didn't complain about it.
Yeah, just because we gave Chris so many chances, I think we should give it to you. Just saying. Just saying. All right, go.
Those are the 2 shows that he killed.
What was the first one? Baby what?
Baby Einstein.
Never even seen that.
So it's classical music with like baby instruments.
Oh, okay. Cool. Okay, go, Chris. George.
All right, George, go ahead. All right, wait, hold on.
It's George. I gotta ask you. Hold on.
Yeah. No, he asks me now.
I have to ask
George.
you. Yeah.
No, it's George. He's gonna ask you. Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
What is Alexandra's favorite movie?
She doesn't have any favorites ever.
You got it.
There
really?
we go.
It was a trick question. Yeah, it was a trick question.
That was a trick question. Yeah.
How does she not have a favorite movie?
She doesn't have a favorite anything.
I take away your minus points. That's you recovered like that now.
Oh, that was pretty quick. Huh?
Yeah.
Good one. All right, Chris. We're at 5, eh?
Okay, last one.
Yeah.
Last one, George. Okay.
Yeah.
So where did you meet my parents for the first time?
Oh, that's easy. When and where, right?
Yeah.
I don't know when. I can't remember when it was.
Whatever, where?
We had gone to the rooftop of what hotel was it? It was the Delta. There was a restaurant with the spinning restaurant there on the rooftop of the Delta. I think that's where I met.
The one on University there.
Yeah, on University and saying
Marriott.
Was it the Marriott or the Delta?
It's maybe the Delta.
Oh yeah, and you have breakfast there too, right?
They had I don't know if it was an all you can eat.
Like a little brunch. Yeah, a little brunch.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Okay, you want to hear the answer?
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear the answer because she's not sure herself.
Get out of here. That's impossible. Are you serious?
She doesn't know the answer, yeah.
Come on, man.
I asked her, what's the answer? She's like, I actually don't know. It's what I wrote. I don't remember.
Yeah, that's when I first met her parents. I even brought a plant to her mom.
Oh, wow.
A plant, like a little plant.
Like I come in peace.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Here's a cactus. All right. Number 5. I went to my first concert ever with the girls. Who was it? Who did you go with?
The New Kids on the Block.
Yeah.
I was gonna guess Backstreet Boys.
This was like now recently.
A number of years ago. I don't remember. When they got back together, quick.
Yeah, like what, 2 3 years ago?
Maybe 5.
That much? Yeah. That was her first concert.
Yeah.
I guess
she never really had an interest for it. But...
Yeah. And also she never appreciated our band.
Yeah, to call it a concert.
She doesn't consider that a show.
Oh man! All right, Christos.
Go for it.
This one. I was. It's not fair to you. But what is the name of G's teacher last year?
Last year's teacher.
Last year's teacher.
Yeah.
He's in what grade now? 5? No, 4.
Well, Mr. John.
Last year.
Yeah, Mr. John is the English teacher. He's had him every year.
Okay.
Madame Ariane?
No.
Last year. Madame Atina?
Oh my God, this is horrible. What the fuck?
Before you throw stamps out there, just reflect a little.
Oh my God.
I don't know, man. It's like there's so many names popping in my head.
It must have been grade 4.
No, he's in grade 5 now. 10 years old. No.
He's turning 11 this summer, so he must be in grade 5 as we speak.
Hold on, I'm thinking. It's not Ariane. Karina, no. Karine, Madame Karine.
Yeah. After 14 tries, you got it.
I got it after 4 tries, man. Do I get one quarter of the points?
We got 1/20th.
I know, man. Woo! I'm gonna get grilled on this one, man.
I don't think so. I think the answer is gonna be like, yeah, I knew it. Whatever. It's okay.
Yeah, she's not gonna be disappointed. She loves me.
Yeah.
And you know what? Your wife wasn't fair, George, because she gave you 2 questions that have no answers.
Yeah, very hypothetical. Like, was it an accident?
But I think we can agree that. Did we finish?
Yeah.
I think those were the 5 each. That was your 5th question.
I think George got this one.
Yeah, he won everything.
Yeah.
But
you missed. No, you got them all. I think. Yeah.
You missed one.
Oh, the Elmo. Yeah, but we gave it to him.
I didn't miss, man.
You got it. But after all the chances we've given Chris, we're gonna handle it.
I even said to you guys it's one of 2, and I named them both.
Chris, you were horrible. You were right. You did suck.
Yeah, man. I was disappointed. Not even like I don't know.
Like
I was
the soccer jersey, man. Forget about the teacher. We don't care about the soccer jersey.
Your dad. Teams. All you got is sports.
2 teams, man. 2 teams for a lot of soccer and a lot of changes.
We're just picking on you, bro.
No, but it was hard ones.
Yeah, I thought they were easy. I'm like, wow, these are great questions. They're not personal.
Yeah, but they were good questions in the sense that they're more like, let me see if he notices kind of thing. It's not like personal where,
it's a trap.
Like George, they were very personal. Like it's, between you and your wife kind of thing, right? The song you used to sing to her, our first kiss, like all these things, stuff that very hard to forget, I guess.
Yeah, you see, with your stuff, there's a lot of emotion behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
there's emotion behind it
even though my wife doesn't remember the first time I met her parents. I mean,
like me, a jersey, a number of a jersey, like
she went
8 years ago, man.
She went specific. Like the easiest question was
9 years ago, 5 years ago.
The easiest questions were your kid's age. Like, had you missed that one, then it would have
that one I got.
And now, if I asked Alexandra to list me all of his jersey numbers, would she know them?
Absolutely.
That's the difference. You couldn't remember one.
Yeah, but she's a mom, number 1. Emotional factor up here. And number 2, it's a girl brain.
Yeah,
I have a very Homo sapien boy brain, man.
Yeah.
We're just wired differently, man.
I'm just trying to pick on you, man.
No, it's fine. It's fine. No, you have the good brain. You have a little bit of both. And yours too. You were good too, man. Upstairs, George.
Yeah, they're not bad. They're not bad. But no, man, we're definitely wired differently, man. Like I'm sure, like your wife's probably like mine. They keep little trinkets and like the first shoes and the first pants and look how cute this little hat is, and they just keep things aside. The things that you probably wouldn't think of. Oh yeah, let me keep this. It's a nice little memory,
Yeah. I could literally forget something that I did last week. Like it could just escape my mind. Like If I'm not into it, if I haven't planned it, if it's not purposeful in my mind, I could easily forget. Like I forget a lot of things. I've forgotten events. Alex has told me about events, and I'm like, was I even there?
No, that's bad,
Yeah. Not only in relation to the family, anywhere. Like a lot of people said, "Hey, remember we met at that event?" And it's like, what? Was I there?
Yeah, me too. I'm very selective with some of the.
And you know what? And because I know my brain, I'll attach to not to the event. I'll attach to a conversation. If you tell me about a conversation or a debate you've had or an argument, I'll remember that a little bit more, and I'll tell you why and what I was thinking, what you were thinking, and how you felt, and how I'll remember. But if you tell me at a specific location what happened, what was he wearing, what was she wearing, what were you? No, that's just.
I'm very bad with this thing. That's why I really thought I was going to lose this. I don't remember anything. My wife can probably remember the first argument we had and over what it was about. Like they have this capacity to store memory like a freaking computer, man. Like they can go revisit, Monday, March 23rd, 2010.
I can be like that too sometimes.
Yeah, you got both. You got a female and a male brain. You got both, man. That's good. That's a good thing.
I can be like that, but I can also be like, I never watched that movie. They're like, yeah, we watched this in the theater. It's like, and I'm watching it. It's on the screen in front of me. I never watched this movie. And they're like, yeah, we were there all together. That's how bad this movie was to me. I didn't even notice I was there. I was just looking at my phone or something.
Yeah, my wife is bad with movies, but that's probably because she falls asleep with every movie we've seen. So she doesn't remember. Fucking shit, man. Yeah. This was fun.
Hey, happy 10th episode, guys.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah, we should have brought some cake.
10 episodes. Yeah, and yeah.
Are you guys doing with your weight, man?
I'm
stable.
I'm stuck.
Stably climbing.
The last time we spoke, I remember when we were in studio, and
we gave ourselves a challenge. Remember?
I don't know if it was a challenge. I just told you that I started doing the fasting, which I haven't respected at all one bit now, especially during the quarantine. But I had dropped down to 222, and
just reveal the loss, the number of the loss, not your actual weight.
It was what is that? I was 235.
You had told me 12 pounds.
That's 13 pounds. 12, 13 pounds. Yeah.
And are you keeping it off?
I'm stuck between 224 and 227.
So you're keeping off 8 pounds. You're keeping off around 8 pounds or something.
Yeah, because we're home, man. You know what happens?
It's a yes or no question.
Yeah. The weekend comes along and it feels like, we're all on vacation because, we're on quarantine and we're isolating. So we're like, woohoo, it's a pizza Saturday. Let's have one. So we order in on the weekend and everything I lose during the week, I gain it back. And then the next week is just a struggle again to lose exactly what I gained during the weekend. And then the weekend comes back around. We repeat the whole thing. And I'm just in this vicious circle.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I haven't ordered once, but I can't control. I've been eating a lot. I've been eating a lot nonetheless. So.
George, that's been my life for the past maybe 39 years.
No, it hasn't, man, because at some point you just didn't give a shit like I did. Like, I'm like, whatever. You don't keep track. So you just eat unhealthy during the whole week. But now Monday comes around and we're like, okay, let's go back to the fasting. We respect it. I do the 16 hours and then the weekend comes and I just destroy everything I worked for. And then back to point A on the Monday again. But I'm glad I'm stuck between the 222 and 224 and 227. So I'm just going back and forth there. As long as I don't go over 230, I'll be happy. Like if I can just during one weekend, if I can just say, you know what, forget about the junk. Let's keep doing the fasting. I think I'll probably drop under 220.
Oh, for sure. Fasting's powerful, man.
Yeah, it's very effective.
Yeah, very effective.
In the beginning, I couldn't do it. I remember it was the first maybe 1 or 2 weeks. I couldn't. It just felt unnatural. Now, and I don't know how it was for you guys, but I feel like I'm not hungry anymore. Mm-hmm. Like past 6, 7 o'clock or 8, I don't feel like I need to eat like I used to.
Yeah, you get used to it. Your body gets used to it.
The evening one for me has always been easy to to have discipline. It's when to start eating. I'm starving from the moment I wake up every day my whole life. That if I don't have something to do until
so your objective basically is to stop eating the earliest possible the evening before, so that you can eat.
Yeah, his breakfast is his hurdle. That's the big one.
No, I haven't changed my hours.
How many do you do? How many hours do you do?
I do 18.
Yeah.
I do noon to 6 eating. So it's that delay till noon is just so difficult. Man.
Yeah, especially now if you're up like at 6. What time do your kids wake up?
No, now we all wake up at 8.
Oh, that's not bad. That's
not bad.
At least you save 2 hours there.
Before that, we used to wake up at 5:30.
That's tough.
Prepare lunches and this and that, and have food in your face, and
not being able to eat it.
Not even to taste it. You don't want to taste it.
Chris, are you doing it, or you just stopped caring?
No, I didn't stop caring, but I've definitely plateaued, and I miss the gym. A lot of my results came from
actual training,
from training and fasting. So yeah, I do the fasting 4 times a week, but I'm like you, man. On the weekend, I'll just indulge a little bit more. I'm gonna cheat, and then what I'm doing the next week is trying to catch up to the failure.
Can I give you guys a little something that I do on the weekends? Because on the weekends too, we explode a bit.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't make it to noon. It's very rare. But I'll make it to like 10 or whatever. You guys wake up later. George, you wake up later in the morning, right?
No, we're usually up by 8. By 8, we're usually.
8. So I'll try to go until 10, and then I'll eat something like really big for lunch, and I'll try to have a late lunch, and sometimes I can. And after that lunch, I'll have a nice dessert, and I'll call it a day, man. I won't feel like eating later because I had so much during that sitting.
So you'll have one meal a day.
It's like a fast. It is a fast.
Yeah, it's a one meal a day plan.
Until the next morning 10, you've done a good 16 hours, 20 hours.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
No insulin spikes for a long time.
So try to satisfy yourself as early as possible and give it up. Yeah. So the evening you'll be full, and by 10 o'clock you're gonna feel too guilty to go again.
Look, it's hard now because we're home, right? I remember before this whole quarantine.
I'm talking about your weekend escapades.
Oh, the weekend, yeah. No, but you know what I realized also, that before all this quarantine thing, the days, because we used to work, we used to be busy in the morning, and we would wake up, go drop off Emma at school, come back, grab the other one, go to her ballet or whatever, gymnastics, and then come back, drop her off at the in-laws, go see a few clients, and all this time you don't even think of eating. And it was like, let's say we would have to eat like at noon, for example, or 11, depending on the time that we stopped the day before. It was like 1:32, and I would have forgotten that, oh shit, I have to eat, right? Like you're so focused on what you're doing, you don't realize that you still haven't eaten,
Yeah.
Which is why I also think it may be dangerous sometimes, this thing, man. It's like for people that have a very
dangerous
busy,
no, there's not
like
dangerous.
If you have a very busy schedule and like you just forget to eat, at some point it's going to affect you.
No way, man.
No way. The human body is made to be stressed way more than that.
I know people that fast for 3 days. I know a lady, a woman. She's about, I think, 60 something. She fasts for 3 days in a row.
That's not good, man. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not.
Look, man. All this. Look, there's definitely different ways of losing weight, and you could do low carb, high fat. You could do high fat, low carb. Everything. Just because you didn't take someone's road doesn't mean you're lost, right? There's a lot of different ways to get to the same result. But what everyone agrees on is on fasting. The body is made to fast. No insulin spikes. The body it goes into a right mode, produces the ketones, and right, if you have zero carbs. So if you put together like a fasting with a low carb diet, it's actually good for the body. And like I'll say, most of the experts agree on that one. It's like vegetables, right? It's like a lot of people will tell you, okay, carbs are bad, and then there's the school of thought that says no, carbs are good, fats are bad. And then you have the people that say fats are bad, but the carbs are good. That's different schools of thought. But everyone agrees that vegetables are good, right? Well, fasting is one of those things. It's one of those where everyone kind of agrees, from the doctors, the dietitians, the nutritionists, like all these fitness experts.
Look, I don't know about that. Look, my chiropractor had asked me about, because one of his clients, one of his patients, was this ripped guy. He was doing it 23 hours a day. He was eating 1 hour. That's it. His window was 1 hour a day.
Yeah.
Super ripped guy.
That's a OMAD diet. OMAD.
You know,
1 meal a day. Yeah.
Whatever. And the guy, and so we started talking about that in his office, and he goes, you know, I'm not. He was saying that he wasn't so sure about this whole fasting thing because your blood levels, they're not. You know, if you're not eating consistently, you can lose control of your blood and your sugar levels, and you know, obviously that's not good. And just before the quarantine, actually, I had gone to see my family doctor, and I'm like, out of curiosity, let me just ask this guy what he thinks. He's like, no, it's garbage. No, don't do that. Garbage. Just train. Yeah. Just train, eat healthy.
my doctor endorses it.
I spoke to two doctors, and they both said it was great.
Great. Endorsed, like fully endorsed. Yeah, keep doing what you're doing.
Family doctors, you mean?
My family doctor, yeah.
You're just not eating for 16 hours. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it.
The human body was definitely not made to eat 3 meals a day.
Especially the meals we eat.
Yeah, but
no.
But the human body has also evolved, right, from the prehistoric times. You know.
Yeah, but it doesn't forget. It has memory.
There's also the fact that when you're not eating and digesting and going through all that process, the digestive system is resting and per se healing.
Yeah.
So it's recovering from other damage, from other work.
Look,
a fatty liver recovers like this. A fatty liver leads to so many other problems.
I'm not a specialist. I don't know about these things. Obviously, it worked in my case, and it works in pretty much everyone that I've heard that they're doing it, right? So now, from a health perspective, are you doing more good or more bad? I don't know. At the end of the day, for people like us that are a little overweight, when something works, you just stick to it, right? You're like, oh, well, it's working. I'm losing weight. That's it.
I felt the good energy though, man. I felt, I felt the good energy. Everything. My skin got better. Everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, my skin was always nice. I was always good looking, but
bathed in olive oil.
The energy boost, I definitely haven't felt it. The only thing that I felt that obviously is a positive is that I didn't feel hungry past 8:30. You know, where otherwise I would scoff down any meal you'd give me like at 10 or 11 easily. Yeah. Like my body would want to eat, you know?
I'm sure being in a fasted state is better than eating chips.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, but you're right. We don't know what the long-term effects are going to be, and you know what? It's almost a fairly new trend. So,
the two doctors I spoke to said they can't confirm the results, the positive, like everybody's losing weight and all these positive results. The only thing they could say is that they don't believe in any way that this can harm. Yeah. They're sure of it. They were sure of it.
Look, as long as I can't remember who I was talking to, that I can't remember who it was, but they brought up an interesting point. That is it because you're fasting that you're losing weight, or subconsciously you're eating less because you're thinking that I can't eat past this time, and you're not fulfilling the calorie intake that you're supposed to have.
I still track my calories.
By default, you're losing weight.
I still track my calories.
Yeah, but there is some truth in that. Obviously, if you have a smaller eating window, right, you're compressing time.
The way I understood it, the idea is that you still need to eat what you need to eat. You just have to eat it within that window. But because you in your mind,
it's an opportunity to drop some stuff. Yeah,
you're eating
an opportunity. But I was already tracking my calories before I was doing it.
Yeah,
and then I started doing this. And if anything, maybe my calories went up a little. I try to cram for the time, hurry up, eat more. I'm running out of time. Yeah. But I mean, what you're saying is true. If you're somebody who just didn't stop, it was just constant, a lot of calories constant, then yeah, it does. It does actually do exactly what you're saying. But if you're eating with between 2,500 calories and 3,000 calories, you're probably going to be able to fit them in.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
For somebody like me, because I did a little bit of the keto, I did a little bit of the fasting, I did a 16. I've done a 20-hour fast, I've done a 24-hour fast, I've done a 24-hour fast with no water. Like I've tried different things, and I've tried the OMAD, 1 meal a day.
What is that? Oh, one meal.
One meal a day. 1 meal a day. So basically, you have 1 hour, and you just gotta stuff all those calories in that hour.
Jesus.
And you know what? You think it's tough, but someone like me, that's like I indulge a lot. I can go over my calories in 1 hour.
Me too.
I could easily do that.
Mm-hmm.
But you still have to be careful. You still got to count the calories, and you got to. I think another important thing is that a lot of people don't pay attention to. I think is the macros. You got to still have that right proportion of protein, fat, and carbs. You can't mess with that. If you mess with that a lot,
You count that stuff.
Well, yeah, I have a little app, and yeah, well, look, now I've kind of like, I'm come. It's the yo-yo, man. I've been doing this for a long time. I've plateaued, so I'm changing little things. But all I know is that once I'm counting calories and I'm fasting and I'm working out, the results are crazy. It's just I can't get myself to do it for a long period of time.
But if you train, but if you train at the same time, don't you have to increase your calorie intake? Because
you can eat more. You can eat more because you're burning more.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can put that in the little program, and the program will tell you, okay, instead of eating 2,000 calories, you go 2.5.
Your trainer endorses this, Chris, the guy that trains you.
Yeah,
you're with Nick, right? Yeah, Nick.
Yeah. I've never seen anybody say bad things about fasting. Now the one thing though is that when you're fasting, it's for sure that you cannot fast for 18 hours and go in the gym and lift heavy weights.
Yeah.
Right? You're gonna have to do other exercises. You probably have to do like a high intensity, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, using body weight and maybe small dumbbells or resistance bands, right?
Yeah.
So it's true. Yeah, I've noticed that when I started doing some boxing and some heavy lifting, after fasted state, you couldn't pick up. I couldn't pick up. Maybe I was at maybe 60% of my capacity.
Yeah.
So it does affect you, right? Because you're depleted.
Yeah.
But
that's the key word, depleted.
Depleted, yeah. No more energy stores. You're done.
That's what fasting does. You deplete your reserves before replenishing them.
Yeah, but it works, man. It's just sticking the right amount of time, being consistent until the result. The magic word is until, and I haven't been able to do that. So now I'm around, should be 255. So I've stayed there. The lowest I've been with this is 245. Don't forget, I was at 320. Yeah. So 320 to 245 is fasting and exercising.
Yeah.
So now it's okay. I went back to 255. Like, what do we do now to go to the 180, right? So.
Yeah, it's definitely a long journey. You just have.
It's a long journey. Yeah. It's the habits.
Yeah.
It's everybody's struggle.
George, you said you gained since last time we spoke about it.
A good 5-6 pounds. Yeah.
That's not so bad.
It's not good either.
Yeah,
it's a lot of hard work. 5-6 pounds is work. It's work. You gotta psych yourself out. You gotta commit.
6 pounds is 2 weeks. 2 weeks of hard work.
of hard work, of pain in the joints because you're walking 15 kilometers. You're starving. You're jealous.
But it's also the circumstances, right? I mean, everyone is.
No circumstances, everything's an excuse. Everything's an
excuse, George. But the thing is, you're home now. The only thing you do
Why did I buy so many chips?
Well, yeah,
because I'm trying to kill time with trying to distract myself, give myself stupid little pleasures. Yeah. Everything is excusable right now, so we're all using the excuse.
Yeah.
No, but at the same time, I mean, think about it. If you weren't home and if you were still working, for example, if you had to wake up and go to the office, you wouldn't be thinking like that. I mean, because you're not in that environment. It's so easy to get carried away, right, at home. I mean,
I agree with you. We're more vulnerable to failure right now.
It's very easy to start eating because you're bored.
Yeah, that's the problem. Boredom is a terrible thing.
Yeah, it's like food has become like entertainment. It's an activity. It's something we do.
We say in French, un bouche trou.
It's a reflex.
Guys, I'll be right back.
Yeah, you walk into your kitchen, you see the fridge by reflex. You're gonna open it up and you're gonna see what's in there. 5 minutes later, you're gonna open it up again as if you forgot what was in there the first time you opened it.
One thing I feel guilty after the damage, so I'll do something to retaliate.
Oh yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
I don't.
I try to. Yeah, I think a lot of times I won't either, but I try to always do something about it, to compensate.
Like
It's not easy.
like the other day, actually yesterday, my wife told me, she goes, "What's going on?" I'm like, "Oh man, I'm stuck between 224 and 226. I keep bouncing around." This morning I went on 227, and like in the back of my mind, I'm like, I'm gonna lie to her. I'm gonna tell her I'm still at 226, and she happened to be walking into the bathroom, and she caught me like, "Fuck shit." And turned around, she's like, "What?" I'm like, "Ah, damn it! I went up by 1 pound." I couldn't even hide it from her, man.
Well, you know what? It's okay. Lie to her. That's okay. That's because you want to protect your ego. But it's good that you're checking. That's the secret, man. You got to check your weight every day. You have to.
Is it though, man? Because I feel like
the elimination of denial is essential. Because if you know the number, there's no denial. It's there.
Yeah, yeah. But at the same time, man, I feel like, checking every day, man, it's either gonna.
It takes you how long to brush your teeth? A minute,
Yeah,
two,
no, that's what I
three?
do. I check while I'm brushing, actually. That's what I do.
It takes you 14 seconds to check your weight. It's an excuse.
Absolutely, but that's not the point. The point is that sometimes I don't want to check it. You understand? Like, I think that
because the ignorance is bliss. We know that.
No, because I don't want to be disappointed. So I'm thinking, you know what? Fuck it. Let me just check it at the end of the week, like once a week. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's good too, as long as you try to find a reference point during your week, after a series of exercises. A few things in your routines. At the end of the flow of your routine, check it Friday evening before you're collapsing on Saturday.
I do zero exercise. That's the problem I have. Where did Chris go?
You have to get coffee.
Oh, he went off air. What is that? No, that's my.
Sorry, I had to pick my nose.
That's my problem, man. I don't exercise, and I want to. It's just I get lazy.
Oh, exercise is a word. Exercise is usually something related to the gym and sweating and preparing mentally, and it's really punishing you for that whole hour. Just taking a stroll is exercise. It's steps. It's activity.
For a walk, exactly. But I don't feel like disheveled or like out of shape completely. It's just that, like yesterday, for example, the girls were playing in the driveway, and I was like, you know what? Since I'm out here, I brought out a golf club and a couple of balls, and I swung them in the park. Like just chipping them.
That's not exercise.
No, I know that. It's not exercise. But listen to the point that I'm trying to make.
It's almost like podcasting.
George, the way you're setting up the story, it's like I'm expecting I brought out the weights. And I'm
there's no weights in my house. And I don't even know where my rubber bands are. But it's probably one of the drawers. No, so I'm like, the girls are here. Let me bring out my golf club, and I started chipping some balls in the park. I pulled a sweat, dude, and it's not normal. Like, we went back inside, I took out my jacket, and I was all wet. I was barely swinging my upper body, man. Like I was swinging for a distance of
Sweat is good.
50 meters.
No, but sweat is good.
No, but it's not normal for me to have felt tired.
Ask your doctor; he'll show you how it's normal. Do more, he's gonna tell you.
No, I understand. It's just that it felt like a useless thing, and I didn't do it for an exercise. I did it just for fun, and I came back in. I'm like, oh man, I pulled a sweat, man. I just swung a couple times, to get the ball going, And how do you pull a sweat with that? Like, how do you feel?
Start with things that you need around the house. Raking your grass. That burns a lot of calories. Do that for a few hours. Mowing your lawn.
Yeah, mowing the lawn, I do that. But
keep the bag full that way, pushing it accumulates a lot of calories if you do it for a while.
Here's the tricks that I've put in place to create shortcuts to raking. Okay, I had a
wait, George, you misunderstood. He's saying don't do the shortcuts. Make it heavier. Do more. Longer.
He's telling me rake the grass, and I'm thinking the raking. I went and I found, because I have a lawnmower that can take a bag inside, but I didn't have one. And then last year, I was looking under my balcony, some old stuff, and I guess the previous owners had a lawnmower with a bag, and I'm like, perfect, I'll take that bag, but it doesn't fit well. But I kind of made it fit. I got like these those elastic bands, whatever, just so I can make it fit, so that I can have a bag.
Did you call your dad for advice on how to do that?
No. So I made it fit not just so I won't rake every time I cut my grass. I'm like, I'm not gonna rake that shit. I need a bag. I can't do it, So just find shortcuts to be lazy, so you can do less, physical activity.
So if you don't want to do the physical activity, you have to cut on the calories.
Yeah.
Make a choice.
Like the other day, I dropped off the girls at my in-laws, and my father-in-law. First of all, he's crazy. This guy can't stay home, so he's just too eager now for the weather to get better, so he can run out because he can't.
If you keep calling him crazy, he might punch you in the head again.
Yeah, exactly. So we drive up, and the guy's he's mowing his lawn, and I tell my wife, I'm like, the grass hasn't even grown yet. What's this guy doing? I mean, like the soil is still frozen, but he was doing it because all the leaves that happened to fall before the snowfall last year.
Yeah.
He thought, instead of raking it, let me just pass it with the lawnmower. The problem is that he doesn't have a bag like I do. Like, it would make sense for someone to be doing that if you have a bag, and that way it just absorbs them, and instead of raking, the lawnmower kind of picks them up for you and dumps them in the bag. But he wasn't doing that. He was just going around. I don't know what he was doing.
I think he knows what he's doing because he's not overweight.
No, exactly. He definitely knows what he's doing, this guy. Yeah. Anyway.
So you got to give the guy credit somewhere.
Chris, who cuts your dad cuts your grass in the back?
I don't have grass.
In the backyard? You don't have grass? Sure,
you have a small section of grass.
I don't own a home.
It's the grass. His grass is about 120 square feet in the back and about 200 square feet in the front.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what it did? Escapes the equipo.
Oh yeah, a little.
Yeah. That was good. That was a good workout.
That is a great workout.
I was sore for 2 days after that.
Were you using a gazma?
No. Say it.
Gazma.
Oh, you gazma. I actually used a shovel.
Gazma. The best thing to use. Number one on the planet. A pitchfork.
To mix the soil, you mean?
You gotta go in, lift,
it gives you the perfect scoop. It breaks it. As soon as you flip it, you break it again because it's got the prongs, right?
But Chris, you did that just for fun for the kids to plant stuff, or you actually did it because you want tomatoes and cucumbers? But
I did it for my dad. So he's the gardener. Obviously, I don't touch any of that.
He already has a garden, your dad, no?
Yeah, but you got to prepare the soil, man, before you start doing it.
It's just the same garden that you did. You didn't do another one, you're saying?
No, I just did it 3 days ago.
So you prepared that same garden, basically?
Yeah, I prepared the soil. It's ready. We're going to wait a little bit for...
Did you put manure?
Not yet.
Does he put manure in the fall before the snow?
I don't know what he does. You know what? He's always trying different things, and he's tracking the results. So in about 5 years, we'll get it right.
That's so funny. He has a little book and he's writing stuff down.
Well, he tries this, he tries that. He'll go on the internet. He'll find another strategy. He'll try it. Some of them are good. Some of them fail. Some of them give big tomatoes. Some of them give smaller tomatoes.
What do you guys have now in the back? You have tomatoes, cucumbers, for sure?
I feel like we're having a 55-year-old conversation.
I'm curious. I want to, because my wife suggested
I'm not sure.
But her, she did it. She suggested mostly for the kids. She goes, "You want to have a little garden for the kids? It's gonna be fun. They're gonna have the little cucumbers." I'm like, no.
Look, I'm spoiled. My dad does the whole thing. I'll just prepare it. Like, I'll do the heavy work. I'll go get the soil. I'll go get the manure. I'll carry it. I'll put it in the car. I'll do the heavy work, but he does the detail.
Yeah, he's the maintainer.
My mom does all the flowers, and he does all the vegetables.
But it's a big...
then what happens is, like, maybe once a week, I get a nice bag full of stuff.
Yeah, it's so different though. You gotta admit, like the stuff that you eat in the garden has nothing to do with what we buy, right?
No, a real tomato, man, from the garden. A tomato that grew naturally on the plant, and
no comparison.
Oh man.
Yeah. You know what?
The tomatoes that we buy in the store, we gotta wait for them to get soft to taste right, because otherwise they taste terrible.
So look, by middle September is the latest, right? There's no more tomatoes. Right. And I'm a little sad. Yeah. I'm a little sad that because I have to go buy, not because I'm gonna pay for tomatoes.
You can't get that quality again.
I won't get that quality again.
Taste.
I won't get that taste. Yeah, I won't get that juice.
Occasionally you will at a steep price. I'll pay it because I like it.
It's not the same.
But yeah, it's not the same because you're having that natural orange color that has a hint of green, but the texture of the tomato is so soft. It's so good.
Look.
It's just a little sad that, you know what, my dad is doing it now, but I'm thinking if I project myself in my 50s, 60s, or
I grew up like you, man. And
it's
I want to
so much.
do it.
It's so in the bottom of my list. Like I'll think of 48 things to do before I go plant a tomato.
Yeah.
Maybe Alex.
And it starts in the fall, before the winter.
Yeah. For them, look. When my dad and my father-in-law get together, 99.9% of the conversation is around plants and
farming,
vegetables, and gardening, and the tools, manure, what kind of soil, and it's. I think it's been the same conversation for the past 4 years.
Nothing changes.
Yeah, I could repeat it verbatim. If we have 15 minutes, I'll give you all the conversations like right now. But it's fun. It's their thing, man. It's what relaxes them.
Yeah.
And you know what? When I'm looking out the window and I see my dad doing that and my mom doing that, I feel good.
Yeah,
I feel good that they're doing that.
It keeps them busy, keeps them active, and it's stuff that they enjoy, man. It's and at the end of the day, you know that you're getting some.
I reap the benefits.
All right, man. Let's wrap it up. That was a fun little activity. Again, if you guys are watching this, go subscribe, like, comment, share. We are having discussions here with the guys on how to bring this podcast maybe to another level, maybe bring it up to a weekly thing rather than bi-weekly. We're thinking of things. We're shooting some ideas. If there's anything that you guys like, let us know. If there's anything that you don't like, let us know. Obviously, we're open to constructive criticism.
Comments. They need to comment. You got to comment exactly what you feel.
Let us know what you feel. Let us know if there's something that you want to see more of. But there's definitely some interesting things coming with this podcast that we're all excited about. And that's it. So we'll see you guys on the next episode. Take care until then. Ciao, guys.
Adios.
Later. Bye.